Hi, everybody. Good to see you. I am so happy and excited to talk to you about the partnership and the work that Stagen and Garney have been doing together. We're going to split this up, so I'm going to talk about a little bit of it. Jordan's going to talk about a little bit of it. And I am going to talk really fast. There is so much we could tell you about what we've been doing for the past 5 years. But what I want to say is, and we'll repeat this, but come and talk to us at the expo because hopefully we're going to leave you with questions and some real possibility for what you might think about in your business. So, Garney, cascading development. Rand has just been talking about that. And we didn't start off so much thinking about it as cascading, but that is exactly what's been happening. And really, it's because of the partnership that Garney has shown us and that Stagen's brought. And we have created something. Well, I'll just say I have been doing this work for 30 years. I have seen a lot of things in my 30 years. Never have I experienced a partnership like we have created in the past 5 years with Garney. It's extraordinary, and what we've delivered together and created together and the impact has been an extraordinary impact. I'm really proud of it. So, where are we? So 5 years into Garney's journey, we are only 5 years in, and what's happened has been incredible. So when we started, Garney was a transactional vendor, and they submitted, brilliant proposals, and they were the #1 in their industry when we started. And yet, they completely transformed themselves. This is not a pivot. This is a full-scale organizational transformation, which you do not see that often. Sometimes you see individuals transform. In this case, it has been the entire organization of more than 2,000 people. So now, relational stakeholder partners, and they know what that means, and so does everybody in the company. And in that time, they have doubled their revenue. And they've gone from outsourcing, hey, can we just hire somebody to do our development, to being co-creators, owning it themselves. We have designed and delivered everything together. So how have we done that? We're going to just give you a very small snippet of that, so come and ask us deeper questions. We are happy to answer them. So when we started, it was an outsourced operation. The board had told the CEO at Garney, you can't retire because there's no one to succeed you. So Garney went out and tried to find somebody to help them figure out a succession plan. So we were hired to outsource to do an assessment to give them some information. Yeah, what we came up with was not the best message. You don't have anybody ready to do it. So that's when the co-creation started. And in that challenge, what we did was we partnered in piloting Stagen's development system. I won't go into that because Rand has already talked to you more about that, but it really was moment by moment creation together. Well, what do you think about this? Well, what if we did that? No, let's try this. And we did so much experimenting. One of the experiments that we did was to actually do an ILP, but the ILP was custom designed for where Garney was at that point in time. Where were they? What did they need? And what did the future of Garney need? So since that time, we have done 3 ILP cohorts with 44 people. And one of the special designs of that program was that in Q2, we started having the leaders lead FLCs. Now, they're only into Q2. They are leading FLCs. And since that time, they have trained 650 of their employee owners. And that is, they only have like 2,200 people. So it's a huge amount. And they have done 57 cohorts. 57 cohorts. The people who lead the FLC at Garney are people who are in the ILP and people who've commenced from the ILP. They have spread the message throughout their organization, completely altering and impacting their culture. So in that process, they realized we don't have a stated purpose, and they came up with this. This is, I'm inspired by this every time I hear it, see it. Building sustainable futures with the world's most precious resources, water and people. And that's what we're all up to. And what we have done together is create interventions, to create experiments, to do things that we couldn't have expected that we would even do. We've done consulting interventions. We've supported them in partnering sessions with their partners, with the owners and clients that they work with. And they've done those before. Now they're developmental for everyone who comes to them. So how do we do that? What are the principles that we base this on? And that is, first of all, we design from the future. We're not designing from the past. We are not designing from, this is broken, let's fix it. We're designing from what is the picture of the future that Garney is creating, and what is the design that we need right now to make sure that that future is the one that gets expressed and the one that gets delivered. So we start with being purpose-driven. We start with being leader-led. The Garney's leaders are leading. They will try every experiment that we create together before anyone else tries it. We will work on development as a system. So we're not doing programmatic things. We're not being tactical. We're not saying, okay, well, what about this program? And we'll just tweak it here. We'll do a little this. We'll do a little that. We start from what is the overall system of development that is wanted and needed, and then what are the particles that will allow that to be delivered. Then we also, our partnership and co-creation, like I said, I've been doing this for 30 years and I have never had this experience before, and I've had great partners before. Garney jumped in with 2 feet to say, let's go into something they had never done before or experienced. That is an extraordinary partnership. And lastly, flexible, adaptive, make anything happen. Okay, so Jordan, I'd like to turn it over to you.
Thanks, Andrea. We debated chest bumping right here and then decided against it right before we came back. I'm really excited to be here with all of you today and to share a little bit about the journey that we have been on with Stagen. It's been an exciting ride, and we've only just begun. When we started our partnership with Stagen 5 years ago, Andrea and Rick were like, this is gonna change your culture. Are you ready for that? We're like, yeah, we're ready for that. What we didn't understand was how big of an impact it would have on our company and on the people working for Garney. We have a video to share with you now about one of the programs, the FLC, the Foundational Leadership Course, that we have rolled out to our employees, 650 of them to be exact. And we have some of our participants sharing the impact of that program.
What I say to people that are joining FLC and experiencing it for the first time is it doesn't matter what role you play in the company or how long you've been here, you're going to take something positive away from that.
I've met so many people through the FLC that I likely would have not had 13 weeks to interact with.
I have been in construction, leading people for I don't know how many years already. And you come out of this program knowing that you didn't know everything.
You know, I think that's why the FLC is important, because it's not just about us making more money for Garney, it's about Garney's investment in us to be better people.
I'm David Burkhart. I'm a vice president with Garney Construction. The FLC is our foundational leadership course. It's a part of our employee development process that we've been putting together over the last several years. This is a 12-week course. There is individual learning, individual practices. There is group work, coursework, weekly meetings in the virtual space, as well as an online platform for additional learning, completing assignments, and keeping engaged with the other members of your class.
My FLC program involved people from Florida, from California, from Virginia, Kansas City, you know, so being able to see each other at Rehydrate was super cool because it was like, okay, like we were in this together.
Y entre de las favoritas creo que está el drama triangle, ¿verdad? Los tres lados del triángulo, ¿verdad? Siempre hay una víctima, un perseguidor y el que rescata.
The FLC is changing our culture for the better.
And that's where I feel that it's a strategic moment for Garney on investing on a new generation of leaders.